Howdy Rockstars, Lid Shaw here with Recording Studio Rockstars, and I've got a pretty awesome review for you today. I have a couple of amazing reverb plugins in my plugin folder these days, and they come from a company called Exponential Audio. These particular plugins are designed by a designer named Michael Carnes, who has been designing plugins for 20, 30 years, something like that. Excuse me, designing reverbs for 20, 30 years. And he really, really knows reverbs. These are the best sounding reverbs I've ever heard, hands down. So if you're looking for a reverb that you can use that really sounds like a beautiful natural space or a natural plate reverb, or even something that sounds more special effect and you could use to generate really a cool sound in your mix, you're going to love Exponential Audio. So let me check it out, take you there, show you guys what it's all about. We'll go over this, the website, Exponential Audio, which you see right up there. You can see some of the videos they've got up. Here, for example, is an interview with Michael where he talks about the Excalibur plugin. But today I'm actually going to talk about two plugins, NIMBUS and R4. So these are two great plugins. They're the ones I have. I am confident that all of their plugins would be totally amazing at Exponential Audio. So let me flip over to Pro Tools and I'll show you what we got. So this is a session from my band, Three Fried Men. That's my St. Louis band. We're working on a track. I think this may have been a Confucius song that was converted into music from one of his poems. It's called The Girl Sleeps As If. And this is part of our poetry scores stuff. I'll give you a little bit of a sample dry and let you know what's going on here. So this one, I had an acoustic guitar where I'm doing a slide part. We had a vocal track, which was cut in the room with the other instruments. And then we actually had a piano track, which was not even directly mic'd up. You're just hearing it through these drum mics. So those were our three tracks. We're sending some reverb from each of them. Using the verb send here on this bus in Pro Tools. That goes to this track right here. And you can see we have the verb channel set up with both the NIMBUS plugin and then the R4 and bypass. I also threw this BF1176 plugin on here. It just kind of brings it forward and gives it a little bit of extra sound. Just sort of makes it speak in the mix a little more. And I've got it muted right now. So let me go ahead and play you just a taste of the intro leading up to this vocal so that you guys can get a sense of what this track sounds like without any reverb. And then we'll start throwing it in and let you hear what it sounds like. Pretty moody, wide open track, right? So definitely lots of room for adding some reverb if you want it in there. Got the piano to one side, my slide to the other. Here comes the vocal.
The girl sleeps as if someone special is dreaming.
Okay, cool. So I had some effects already on the vocal. As you can hear, I've got like a little bit of an echo boy on there. And then I've got some, that just gives it a little bit of a slap, just kind of giving it a tone there. But now let me drop in the NIMBUS. So this is NIMBUS. Make sure I can see it on the screen. Great, we'll zoom in on that a little bit. And I'll play you what this sounds like. Right now it's just set for the large hall, large tail hall wide setting. And if I press stop, listen. You can really hear the reverb tail, and that's just luscious. It's so gorgeous. Me showing you the reverb might be a little subtle at first, but when I hit stop, you hear the tail of that reverb. You can really hear what it's doing. Let me take you to the vocal track, and I'll show you what this sounds like right here too.
The girl sleeps as if someone special is dreaming.
Okay, cool. So you can really hear that. It's just a beautiful plate sound. Now here's the thing that's cool about this. This is a lot of features in these. These are very deep reverbs. You can, you have sort of have, I believe you have pre-EQs that you can do different roll-offs. You have post-EQs. You have time settings here. You can have it sync to the tempo if you want. You've got pre-delay times. You've got a mix knob. Let's see. Oh, you've got tooltips built in. So you can, if you're not sure what something does, you can turn tooltips on, and let's see if it hovers and does it. Yeah, there we go. So then it brings up tooltips to let you know what everything's doing. So that's really handy. You have tempo sync stuff, BPMs, things like that. More stuff. But here's the real stuff that I've been messing with. Is the keyword here is generally the different kinds of reverbs that are available within here. So you've got small, medium, large rooms, I think. You've got small, medium, large plate, chamber, hall, classical, driven, dynamic, instrumental, just all kinds of cool stuff. And then over here, each one of those has literally this many presets in it, and they all sound cool and they all sound different. But here's what's really cool about this. This plugin is connected to your keyboard. So it's a sort of a rarity for plugins to do this, but Michael at Exponential wisely knew that we'd want to be able to flip through settings easily and really audition stuff. When you've got this many reverbs, you want to look for a sound sometimes, just like you might look for samples and things like that. So all you have to do that is up and down arrows on your keyboard. I know you can't really see it here, but you've got the up and down arrows on the keyboard and the sideways arrows. The up and down will take you through the different types of reverb. So let me zoom in so you can see that. Up and down goes from hall to classical, driven, dynamic. See that? And then left and right just takes you through all the different reverb patches. So that is so badass. So let me show you what happens if we just flip through really quickly while we're listening and audition for different sounds. I hate to say this, but it might take you a little longer to mix because you're going to have so much fun listening to these different reverbs. But check this out.
The girl sleeps as if.
Oops, I got to be on the plugin to do it. So hold on, let me click it here. I'll press play, and then I'll go to the plugin so that I can flip. I'm going to go to the vocal because it's a little easier to hear it more obviously there.
The girl sleeps as if.
That is awesome. All of a sudden, we're in a completely different space.
Someone special is dreaming.
I'm going to move this over so you can see the levels of the plugin coming back to give it a sense of how much is mixed in.
The woman sleeps as if will break out.
Ah, it's gorgeous. Listen to that tail.
Tomorrow.
And then you just flip through these settings. So like if you had this spot and you wanted to audition how this line hits these different large chambers, you can use the left and right arrow.
The girl sleeps as if. The girl sleeps as if.
Let me go to something bigger.
The girl sleeps as if.
There you go. Listen to it. When you flip through with the tail, you can really hear it.
The girl. The girl sleeps as if.
That's just amazing. All right, so you get the idea. I mean, we can't, on this video, go through everything. Let me show you what R4 is all about, because it is similar, but it has some other features that are really hip too. So here's R4. Now R4, same thing here. You can flip through all these different settings. some of them, many of them look similar, but there are also some different ones in here too. And then again, you've got all these presets for every single one of these.
The girl sleeps as if someone special
These are kind of tight sounds right now.
is dreaming.
There, you can kind of hear that funky slap on that one. The percussion is just short sounding, right? So then let's see what this is.
The girl sleeps as if
Interesting room, squash plate.
the girl sleeps as if someone.
And you can see with squash plate that the warp was on. So if I go here, there's some added compression and threshold and stuff like that. Let me keep flipping through these different sounds.
The girl sleeps as if
Let's try, so vintage, let's try like organic,
Someone
all wide, I don't know.
special
Large, fat scoring stage.
is dreaming.
Listen to that. That's gorgeous. Sounds like monks in an abbey. All right, so let me show you this special feature of R4. So see this button that's green over here and it says off? This is so cool. Check this out. If you've ever seen a delay button with a freeze, maybe you've thought, I wonder what other things would sound like with freeze. Well, here's a reverb with freeze. Watch this.
The girl sleeps as if
I just froze it. It just goes on like that for good. But how's that for a super cool effect you could use in your mix, you know?
girl.
So, I love that one. That one I could see, it like makes musical sounds with this guy. So let me flip back over and we'll take a look at the website again. All right, so in the products here, you see they've got a bunch of different plugins. They've got the R4 that we were just looking at. NIMBUS, that's the other one. That's what we were just started with. You've got a trial, so you can check it out right here and go in for a demo. Check it out. The demo is 21 days for NIMBUS, and I'm not sure if it's the same for the other guys, but you can go check this out right now. This is going to work in your, pretty much any DAW you want. You're going to be able to install this plugin. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, you go to exponentialaudio.com. And you can check out all these plugins right there and go download a demo, check it out for yourself. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Daisy the dog's sleeping on the floor there. If you got anything nice you want to say to Daisy, just give a shout out in the comments. If you got any questions about exponential audio or NIMBUS or R4, or you just want to say that Michael Carnes is a cool dude for making such great plugins, then please drop that in the comments too. Thanks so much for watching. Lidshaw Recording Studio Rockstars. We'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.